Today's Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, and it is currently 8:30 p.m. Today I want to talk about something that I've noticed in my day-to-day actions, and it's essentially how my mornings dictate my and how my entire day goes. I've noticed it for quite some time now, and now more than ever, I feel like I have a chance to fix it, or at least come up with a plan of action to kind of turn my days around if I don't have the best start to my mornings. So at the beginning of the school year, when the weather was nice and I had a lot of motivation to make my second year, or to make the most out of my second year count, I went to pretty much every single class I had, including my early 8:30 morning classes as well, for like nearly 2 months straight. And looking back now, like I realize how amazing this was for my well-being, my health, my mental health, my productivity, and like I would have the entire day ahead of me. My energy was amazing. I usually got tired like naturally just around 9 to 10 p.m. Um, my physique was doing pretty good as well, and just overall felt very healthy. But as soon as the weather started to get worse and I got like a little bit lazier, I started to stay up later, wake up later, skip some of the morning classes, and instead of my days simply kind of just shifting later towards the day, like I'd start, I don't know, like start 8:30, end at 10. Let's say I wake up at 10:30, end at 12. Instead of that happening, I would go to bed at 12 and wake up at 10:30. But my amount of time that I spent every day working or being productive still ended at the same time every day. So like it didn't matter what time I woke up. Like my evening to nighttime schedule looked the same no matter what. And so waking up later would literally just give me less time in the day to do anything really. And there'd be days, especially like on weekends, for example, where I would try to wake up early to try to like break the cycle. But then I don't know, I might check my phone and see an email and then end up scrolling for almost a couple hours. And this was even worse than waking up later. And so starting my day on my phone was like easily the worst thing that I could do for my mornings. And I don't think there's been a single day where waking up to my phone has led to me doing like pretty much anything before noon. And even after that, the rest of the day would still be pretty sluggish and unproductive. Now, obviously, I can just try to go to bed earlier and try waking up earlier. But the main bad habit that I want to fix is if I do start my morning off bad, which ultimately is going to happen from time to time, my entire day doesn't need to be ruined, right? Like I've already identified for myself that having bad mornings doesn't entirely kill my day, but it makes it very hard to do anything later on. But it's not impossible. And I think having this mental note of like the day's not over until it's really over can be really helpful in making the most of my time. And I've also noticed this phenomenon in other areas of my life as well, where as soon as something goes bad or difficult, I start to give up or take a break. And I discovered that whenever I'm like working on a project or an assignment or something like that, and like I'm on a roll, checking stuff off, getting stuff done, but I come across like one roadblock or one thing that has a little bit too much friction, um, and it like completely stops me in my tracks. That's when I like pick up my phone and start to doom scroll, or like get up and go eat a snack. Like it's those critical moments of friction that are like by far the most important in whatever I'm doing usually. And it's always those moments that I end up losing steam and switching to doing something else at that time. And I think this can also be like remedied or fixed in a similar way to recovering my days if they start off not the best. Um, and it's just by realizing that like one roadblock doesn't mean that everything has to end. Um, it's just like I said in a few videos, in a video a few days ago, where like whenever I'm in a complex situation, all I have to do is just take one step, right? I don't have to find the perfect solution, and just because something is hard does not mean I have to let it completely consume me. Um, I've always wanted to be a morning person, like someone that wakes up at the crack of dawn and gets going immediately. And I've also found that I work the best in mornings as well. So I will try to make the effort to treat my mornings with care, and hopefully my entire day will fall into line as well. As always, thank you for listening and see you next time.